That feeling of being lost, of wondering if all this is worth it, has weighed on their chest. Every day that goes by, they find themselves struggling against their own feelings, trying to find an explanation that makes sense. Frustration only increases, and the lack of answers seems to consume their thoughts even more. It's tough, isn't it? Feeling that, despite everything they do, something seems not to fit. They have tried in every way, but the doubt insists on accompanying them, as if something greater is beyond their control. Now imagine if, instead of being stuck in this cycle of uncertainties, they could find the way to understand what is happening, get rid of this anguish, and finally have the clarity they are looking for. They don't need to continue like this. What is to come may bring them the answer that will relieve this burden and show them that there is a way out, a way to turn this pain into understanding. Are they ready for this? The next step may be what changes everything. Sometimes, we are placed on someone's path in an unexpected way. Life seems to follow its normal course, until suddenly, someone appears who changes everything. Someone who touches your heart in a way that seems impossible to ignore. This person may have come at a time when you least expected it, or perhaps has approached slowly, but the truth is that this connection is not by chance. The angels reveal that everything you are experiencing has a spiritual origin, and that you have been chosen for something much greater than you can imagine. This person, with whom you feel such a deep connection, is also feeling it, even if they have not said so. The angels ask you to have patience, because there is a spiritual journey happening behind the scenes, and both of you are being prepared for something significant. Perhaps this person is still in the process of discovery, still processing their own feelings and trying to understand why this connection is so intense. But what the angels want you to know is that the divine timing is in action, and you need to trust this process. Have you ever wondered why certain souls cross our path? There are no coincidences, especially when it comes to connections as powerful as the one they are experiencing now. The angels want them to understand that God has a plan, and that this encounter with this person is part of that larger plan. Everything they are feeling and experiencing is part of a divine purpose that is about to be revealed. This connection is not just a casual meeting. It is an opportunity for both to evolve spiritually, grow, and who knows, build something much deeper and more significant together. But for this to happen, it is necessary for them to remain open and confident. God is guiding them, and the angels are by their side, guiding every step of this journey. Therefore, today, they are asked not to give up, even when things seem uncertain. The truth is that this connection is sacred, and what they are experiencing is a crucial phase of the awakening of both. The transformation has already begun, and they need to be prepared for what is to come. Now, I want them to think about all the emotions they have been feeling lately. There may have been moments of doubt, uncertainty, or even frustration. It is normal to feel this way when the heart is involved, especially in such a powerful connection. But the angels ask them not to be discouraged. They are telling them that what they feel is real, and that person is also being affected by this bond, even if they have not yet found the right words to express it. What comes next may surprise them. That person, who may have seemed distant or confused, is going through a deep spiritual awakening. The angels reveal that there is an internal battle happening within them, between the mind and the heart. On one hand, logic tries to create barriers, saying that this connection may be complicated, but the heart is shouting louder, asking to be heard, to connect fully with them. This is the point where the divine plan manifests most clearly. They put you on the path of this person for a reason, and that reason is greater than either of you can perceive at this moment. Both have something to learn, something to heal within themselves. And it is through this connection that these lessons will come to the surface. Do not be afraid of this journey, for what lies ahead is part of a path that has already been laid out for you by the heavens. However, the angels also want you to know that, for this divine purpose to be fulfilled, you need to prepare yourself emotionally and spiritually. This means opening your heart to what is to come, without fear of the unknown. Transformation can be challenging, and at times you may feel like you are being tested. But remember, the angels are with you every step of the way, and this journey has deep meaning for your soul. They ask you to keep the faith, for the outcome of this story will be full of blessings, but also growth. The person you have in mind is being guided through the same spiritual process, and soon you'll begin to see changes in their behavior. Perhaps small gestures, unspoken words, or even the way they look at you, all of this will be a sign that the awakening is underway. This journey is not just about you and this person, but also about how you are being prepared for a future together, where both will be more aware, more connected to your own life purposes. This is the beginning of a new phase, a phase where love, truth, and spirituality intertwine in a way that transforms lives. Now is the time to trust. What comes next will require you to continue with an open heart, ready to receive the blessings and challenges that are part of this divine path. But know that, at the end of this journey, you will be much stronger, and this connection will be a source of love and transformation, both for you and for this person. God is in control, and what is being revealed now is just the beginning of a beautiful and profound spiritual journey that they are destined to live. Believe, trust, and keep the faith. The angels are guiding every step of theirs and of that person, and the greater purpose is about to be revealed. Now that they already know that this connection is part of something much bigger, it's important to understand how they can actively participate in this process of growth and evolution. The angels are asking them to embrace this journey with an open heart, knowing that every step, every emotion, and every challenge are part of the divine plan. Perhaps they are wondering how they can do this, how they can prepare for what is to come. And the angels are here to guide them. The first thing they want them to know is that they are not alone on this path. The connection between them and that person was carefully planned, and both are being guided by the heavens. There is a spiritual protection around them, and this protection is what will ensure that everything happens at the right time, in the right way. It may seem at times that the path is uncertain, or that the person in question is not as involved as they would like. But the angels assure them that there is more happening behind the scenes than they can see. That person is also being impacted by this connection. Although their behavior may seem ambiguous or even confusing, the angels reveal that deep down, they feel the same way as they do. There is an internal struggle happening, where they try to balance reason and heart, and this struggle is bringing up old fears and insecurities that need to be resolved before they can fully open up to this connection. But know that God is working in that person's heart, helping them overcome these emotional barriers. Now more than ever, it's time for you to stay strong and confident. This phase of the journey is about patience and understanding. The angels ask you to keep radiating love and light, as your energy has the power to transform this connection. Every gesture of affection, every word of support, every time you demonstrate your faith in the future of both of you, is helping that person to find the courage to open up more and more. And this is where the role of divine timing comes in. Often, we want things to happen immediately. We want quick answers, instant changes. But the angels remind you that God's timing is perfect, and that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This connection is being shaped, both in you and in the other person, so that when the right moment comes, you can experience this union in a much fuller and truer way. Patience is a powerful virtue, especially when it comes to something as profound as spiritual love. Furthermore, the angels are asking you to take care of yourself. During this phase of waiting and transformation, it's easy to get lost in thoughts about the other person, focusing only on the feelings and actions of that person. But the angels remind you that you are a vital part of this equation. Your personal growth, your emotional and spiritual well-being are equally important. So they encourage you to keep investing in yourself, in your own journey of self-discovery and healing. By doing this, you will not only be strengthening yourself, but also the connection between the two of you. When you grow, this connection grows as well, as it is a reflection of what you are on the inside. If you are at peace with yourself, if you are nurturing your spirit, then that peace and nurturing are reflected in the relationship. The angels also want you to pay attention to the signs that the universe is sending you. You may have noticed small coincidences lately, a song playing on the radio that reminds you of that person, a repeating number, a dream that feels so real. These are signs that the universe is in motion, that energies are aligning to bring this connection to light. Stay tuned to these signs, as they are reminders that you are on the right path. Another important point that the angels emphasize is the power of your intuition. You already have all the answers within you. The voice of your intuition, that deep feeling that guides you in moments of doubt, is a divine gift that is always within your reach. The angels encourage you to trust more in that voice, to listen to it attentively. Your intuition is how the angels communicate with you, and it never leads you astray. In the coming days, you may feel a shift in your own emotions. There may be moments of doubt, moments when fear tries to creep into your thoughts. But the angels ask you to remain firm in faith. These moments of uncertainty are normal, especially when we are so close to an important transformation. It's as if the universe is testing your trust in the divine process. But know that these tests are temporary, and the reward for your patience and faith will be grand. This person, who is in your heart, is getting closer and closer to a deep personal revelation. The angels show that they are starting to see things in a new way. The emotional blockages that once prevented them from fully connecting are beginning to dissolve, and their heart is opening to new possibilities. This is the time to trust the process and let things flow as they should. It is important that they keep their heart open and their mind receptive. Sometimes, what we expect from a connection may not be exactly as we imagine, but the angels ensure that the divine plan is always better than anything we can predict. This journey is about learning, growth, and above all, true love. Finally, the angels ask them to remember that love is not something that happens suddenly, perfectly, and without challenges. True love is built, day after day, with patience, understanding, and faith. What they are experiencing now is part of this construction, and every step they take is bringing them closer to a deeper and more meaningful connection. Are they ready to continue this journey with an open heart? The angels are by their side, guiding every move, every thought, every emotion. All they need to do is trust and allow themselves to be guided by this divine force that is working for the greater good. Now that they have understood the importance of keeping their heart open and trusting the divine process, the angels want to guide them to an even deeper point on this journey. True love, what they are experiencing or about to experience, is not just about romance or the union between two people. It goes far beyond that. This connection they are experiencing is part of a greater healing, not only for the two of them but for everything around them. The angels show that this relationship has the power to transform not only their lives, but also the environment and the people around. This happens because genuine love raises the energy of all who witness it, creating a positive large-scale effect. That person who occupies their thoughts may not be fully aware of it yet, but they are also being prepared for this role. The angels are acting intensely in their heart, helping them to see what truly matters. This preparation is not just emotional but spiritual. You both have a special role to play, and this union is a fundamental part of the greater plan. Perhaps, at this moment, you are still dealing with doubts about how all this will unfold. After all, love is a journey full of surprises, and we don't always see the path ahead clearly. But the angels ask you to rest and trust because every step you are taking is guided. And that trust, that unwavering faith, will be the foundation for this connection to flourish fully. The truth is that we are often taught to believe that love is something that happens quickly, intensely, and perfectly. But what the angels want you to understand is that true love is, in fact, a process. It is a slow and delicate construction, like a piece of art that needs time and dedication to become complete. This love you are building with that person is a part of this divine work, and every gesture, every exchange of glances, every conversation, is a brushstroke shaping this connection. Now, the angels want you to pay attention to an important detail. There are moments when patience will be tested. There may be periods when you feel that this person is pulling away, that the signs are not so clear. This can bring doubts. It can make fear try to creep into your thoughts, making you question if all this really has a purpose. But it is in these moments that your faith will be most needed. The angels show that, when this happens, it is essential for you to return within themselves. Remember the spiritual connection that exists between you. This bond goes beyond the physical, beyond the unspoken words, and extends to the level of the soul. Even when things seem uncertain on the physical plane, in the spiritual realm there is a strong and unbreakable bond that is always active. Therefore, the angels ask you that, in these moments of doubt, you take a deep breath, meditate on what you are feeling, and reconnect with this inner truth. This process of spiritual awakening that both are going through requires patience and surrender. And just as you are being guided, this person is also being led to face their own shadows, their own fears. This is the moment when transformation happens, but it is important to understand that this transformation can be uncomfortable for those who are resisting. However, discomfort is part of growth. When a soul is in the process of evolution, it inevitably encounters resistance, and it is through this resistance that true change occurs. The angels show you that, at this moment, this person is starting to open up to this truth. Although there are still doubts and fears, they are feeling the strength of the connection between you in a way that can no longer be ignored. This is creating a space within their heart that is slowly being filled with the certainty of what you both represent to each other. Now, the angels encourage you to practice compassion, both for yourself and for this person. The path of true love is not always easy, and both are in moments of healing and growth. But know that each step taken towards this connection is a step towards healing and wholeness. This is not just about the relationship between the two of you, but also about healing old patterns, fears, and limiting beliefs that both may be carrying. This journey is not just about finding love in someone else, but also about finding love within themselves. The way they see themselves, the way they treat themselves, will be reflected in how that person sees and treats them. That's why the angels ask them to nurture self-love. Dedicate time to take care of themselves, to strengthen their own light, because the more they shine from within, the more that light will be seen on the outside. This glow will be irresistible to the person they are connected with, and it will help strengthen the bond between them. The angels also remind them that for this connection to fully develop, it is necessary for them to let go of any rigid expectations about how things should be. Often, our expectations create barriers to the natural flow of life. Release control and allow things to flow as they should. The divine plan is already in motion, and how everything will unfold will be much more magnificent than they can imagine. Trust the process, and know that in the end, everything will make sense. Now is the time to open up to the surprises that the universe has in store for them. Allow themselves to be surprised by the way that person will start to approach, by the small gestures that will show that their heart is opening up. The angels show that they can expect subtle but powerful changes that will begin to happen over the next few weeks. These signs are a confirmation that internal transformation is happening, both in themselves and in the other person. The angels also want them to know that they are always by their side, ready to support them every step of this journey. Whenever they feel doubt or fear, call upon them. They will be ready to send signs, to remind them that they are protected and that the divine plan is unfolding exactly as it should. You are approaching a crucial point in this journey. Keep the faith, keep nurturing the love within you, and get ready for what is to come. The angels assure that, at the right moment, all the pieces of this puzzle will fit together, and you will see clearly the purpose of this connection. Now that you have come this far, the angels want to prepare you for the next step in this journey, a moment of great importance for both you and the person you are connected with. This is the point where the final transformation occurs, where the revelations begin to unfold, and where the divine purpose manifests itself clearly and undeniably. You have been through a lot until now. You have felt the weight of doubt, faced moments of uncertainty, and dealt with waiting. But the angels want you to know that all of this was preparation for something greater. Now, as the divine plan unfolds, you are ready to enter a new phase of this connection, a phase where love, clarity, and truth take control. This person, with whom you have this deep connection, is also about to take an important step. The angels show that they are in a process of liberation, leaving behind old fears and blocks that were preventing them from living this connection to the fullest. Perhaps you have already noticed small changes, small signs that something within them is changing. These signs are confirmation that this person's heart is opening up to the love and truth that you share. What comes next can be exciting and, at the same time, challenging. They may finally be ready to get closer, to express their feelings in a clearer and more honest way. But the angels also ask them to be prepared for the fact that this process will not be completely free from challenges. True transformation requires that both parties open up to the deepest parts of themselves, and this may bring up old wounds, fears, and insecurities. However, the angels assure you that you are ready for this. They have been preparing you throughout this journey so that you can handle this final phase wisely, lovingly, and confidently. Now is the time to embrace vulnerability, to accept that, for this love to flourish, both must be willing to show themselves as they truly are, without masks, without fear of judgment. The angels also reveal that this person may be facing an internal battle, a struggle between what their heart desires and what their mind tries to control. This is normal, especially in relationships that have such a strong spiritual purpose like yours. Fear of the unknown, fear of fully surrendering, can be an obstacle, but the angels are helping this person overcome these fears, to see the beauty and strength of the love you share. At this point, the angels ask you to keep your heart open and your mind clear. You have done all the inner work necessary. You have gone through moments of doubt, and now you are ready to receive the blessings that this connection will bring. The angels ask you to continue radiating the light you have always radiated, for it is this light that is guiding this person back to their heart. They also remind you that true love knows no boundaries and that, even though this journey has been challenging, what comes next will be a reward for all the patience, faith, and love you have shown. This person, who is in their heart, is approaching. Maybe there are still moments of hesitation, maybe there are still days when doubts try to resurface, but what the angels want you to know is that the process has already begun, and nothing can stop the divine plan that is in progress. You have been chosen for this journey, and now you are about to reap the fruits of all the work you have done in your own spiritual and emotional evolution. Furthermore, the angels ask you not to forget about your own personal journey. It is easy to get lost in thoughts about the other person, but it is essential that you continue to nurture your own spirit. The more you grow, the more this connection grows as well. The more you love yourself, the more love you are capable of receiving and sharing. This final phase of the journey requires you to continue putting yourself first, as self-love is the foundation for any healthy relationship. The angels also want to remind you that God's timing is perfect, and even when things don't seem to be happening the way you expected, everything is unfolding according to the divine plan. This connection is protected, and both of you are being guided by the angels so that you can live this union in a way that honors your spiritual paths and the greater purpose that God has for you. Now, the angels ask you to completely open yourself to what comes next. Do not cling to fixed expectations, but let the universe surprise you. The love you share is unique, and the unfolding of this connection will be equally unique. Allow the next steps to be guided by intuition, by the heart, and not by the mind. Let things flow as they should, and trust that everything is exactly where it should be. Get ready for a revelation. The angels show that they are about to share something important with you, something that can change the dynamics between you in a positive way. This revelation can come in the form of words, actions, or even small gestures, but you will know when it happens. It will be a moment of clarity, where everything that was uncertain will start to make sense. This is the confirmation you have been waiting for, and the angels assure you that it will be a powerful moment. Finally, they ask you to remain firm in your faith. You are so close to seeing the outcome of all the love, patience, and dedication you have invested in this connection. What is to come is a blessing, and it will bring peace to your heart. Remember that God is in control, and everything you have experienced so far has been a preparation for this moment. So now, open yourself to what comes next. Keep your heart open, your faith unwavering, and be ready to receive the blessings that the universe has prepared for you. This journey is far from over, but what is coming will be a phase full of love, growth, and transformation. The angels are by your side, celebrating every step you take, and they assure you that you are about to enter a phase of deep emotional and spiritual fulfillment. Are you ready? Because the universe is about to surprise you with a beautiful and powerful revelation.